I remember as a young boy my mother taking ages weaving a tapestry of Gainsborough's Boy in Blue. One day just before she finished it, I remember picking it up and thinking to myself, Mummy, you're a really wonderful mother, but when it comes to needlework, well, there's a piece of red sticking out here. Over there's a turquoise clump of threads that seems to go nowhere. Clumps of wool all over the place. This doesn't look like anything like Gainsborough. It looks more like abstract art. And then my fingers detected smooth, regular stitching on the other side of the tapestry. I turned the tapestry over and saw a beautiful and precise copy of Gainsborough's Boy in Blue. The stitches were all regular and well formed, the colors all blended together, a divine tapestry. All the disjointed threads that I saw on the other side of the tapestry harmonize into a complete and beautiful whole. Sometimes it's very difficult to see sense in world events. It's difficult to believe that the world is being run by a God, that there's a divine, coherent plan. There's suffering, there's evil in this world. How can this be the handiwork of a merciful God? If you've ever felt that way, don't worry, because you're not alone. One of the greatest men who ever lived felt exactly like you. Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, our great teacher, also had his questions about God's running the world. In last week's Torah portion, Moses went to Pharaoh, to Paro, to ask him to let the Jewish people go. Paro, if you remember, was not the easiest of negotiating partners. And in reply to Moshe's request, Paro told the taskmasters to stop giving the Jews straw. However, the Jews were still required to produce exactly the same quantity of bricks as before. The Jews complained bitterly to Moshe. So Moshe went back to God and said, "Why have you done this evil to this people? Why have you sent me? From the time I came to Paro to speak in your name, he did evil to this people, but you did not rescue your people." Moshe was saying that from the very beginning, the whole plan to take the Jews out of Egypt was fatally flawed. He was telling God that he didn't see a divine plan, he just saw chaos. When you look at life's tapestry from the wrong side, it looks like a complete mess. Moshe was looking at events from the wrong side, but he fixed that mistake. And when he saw the miraculous deliverance of the Jewish people at the splitting of the sea, he used the same word that he used to show his lack of faith. That word is Oz, meaning then. Now Oz is made up of an Aleph, the numerical equivalent of 1, and Zion, 7. 7 represents the natural world. There are 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 notes in the diatonic scale, 7 days in the week. When Moshe and the Jewish people emerged unscathed from the sea and saw the mighty Egyptian army strewn across the beach like so many broken toy soldiers, it was there that every Jew, from the greatest to the most humble, reached a level of prophetic insight into the workings of the world that has never been repeated. They plugged all the 7, all the disparate and sometimes confusing events of this world back into the one who weaves life's rich tapestry.